Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conestoga College's first virtual fair. And we're going to be talking about the School of Community Services programs. And just a couple housekeeping items before we start. For those folks with the laptops, you will see on the bottom of our screen the Q&A, so you can put in your questions and we'll answer those after the presentation. And also for those using an iPad, you may see it up at the top, and anyone using your phone, you may want to put it vertical so you can see the presentation. So we're going to start. So welcome again, and thank you for coming. We have Executive Dean Gorenko Vucilic and Shannon Lipsky to talk to you all about the community services programs. Okay, ladies.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. Well, hello, everyone. As Lisa said, my name is Gorenka Vucilic, and I'm the Executive Dean of the School of Community Services. And we at the school are very excited in planning this fall semester for you. We hope to see many of you, if not all of you, on in our programs in the fall semester. As Lisa said, this is a new concept for us, our new virtual fair. So we do want to take an opportunity right now to give you a bit of an idea of what our programs are about in community services, and to give you an opportunity to ask us any specific questions that you might have. I'm very fortunate to be joined by Shannon Lipsky. Shannon is the Associate Chair in one of our departments within the School of Community Services. So next, we have, I want to give you a sense of the range of programs and the credentials that we have within our school. We have everything from pre-career certificate programs that really focus on preparing individuals who have a bit of an idea and a sense that they're interested in human services, working with people in some way, but aren't really clear on which program might be the best fit for them. So our pre-career certificate programs really offer that foundational sense and foundational knowledge and experience to students that really become a launching pad for a number of other programs. When you complete the pre-career certificate programs, then you might be interested in diploma or certificate programs that typically last about 2 years. And in those programs, we offer everything from pre-service firefighting to early childhood education to social service worker, and a range of other programs in the diploma area. As a certificate, 2-year certificate program, we're very fortunate to offer a very specialized program called Community Integration for Cooperative Education to those students who have very specialized learning needs and who are interested in experiencing a post-secondary experience, but in a bit of an alternative, different way. And Shannon guides and leads that program and will be able to answer any specific questions. We also, in the School of Community Services, offer an apprenticeship program. We have 2 apprenticeship programs, one related to early childhood education and another one for developmental service worker. And what these programs are is they allow those individuals who are working and who want to work in the industries the opportunity to learn while they're working. These programs typically take a little bit longer to complete, and they are also, we deliver those in collaboration with our Ministry of Apprenticeship, but they're really terrific programs. In addition, we have some advanced diploma programs as well. These are typically graduate certificates that are 1 year in length after you've completed an undergrad program. And then lastly, and also dear to our heart, are our degree programs. We have a number of degree programs at Conestoga. We're very proud of our degree programs because they offer the perfect combination of theory and practice, as we prepare our graduates for the workforce. We have 2 degree programs in the School of Community Services, one related to the field of early learning called the Bachelor of Early Learning Program Development, and another one in the area of community safety, our community justice degree program. Both programs are 4 years in length. They're honors degree programs. They're filled with all kinds of wonderful knowledge and experiences for our students, everything related to the detailed career, skill development pieces, to theoretical concepts, and research as well. Both of these degrees have a paid co-op experience as a part of it, and both of the degrees are peppered with, as I said earlier, just the right amount of theory as well as the right amount of practical hands-on experiences. So that gives you a sense of the range of different credentials that we have. These credentials have been designed and built to pathway into each other, to complement each other. I think, we have lots to offer in community services, and certainly one of the things that we're very proud of is the way that our programs work together, as well as our faculty and program teams. So just because you start in one program, if it's not the right fit for you, we're really supportive of our students in moving them vertically and horizontally to other programs, and to work with you to help you find the best fit. So the other thing that we have, you see in that long kind of rectangular piece there, is specialized training through continuing education. While our students are with us studying during the day, we continue to have all kinds of offerings through continuing education, evenings and weekends, both longer courses as well as short 3 to 6 to 8 hour courses that really support very specialized training to help our students as well as graduates be better prepared for the workforce. So again, this is the range of credentials that we're very proud of. Next, I think, when I'm often asked to talk about community services, I often think about who are the community services programs for. And my first thought goes to, this is for individuals who have a real passion for making a difference for other people and for their community. So if you are kind of undecided and you're not entirely sure if this is the area for you, the school for you, or the programs for you, I really invite you to think about, do you like to work with people? Are you a kind of person who gets excited about the thought of working with others to help others become the best that they could be? Whether those others are little people in early childhood education or older people in our seniors environments through our recreation and leisure services programs. So we have this range, but mostly and predominantly what we have in community services are a lot of different programs for those individuals who like to work with other individuals and really get excited about that, those ideas. So if that's you out there, then you've come to the right school. We've got, I'm sure, a program for you. All of our programs are divided up into 3 different departments: community, human services, social services, and specialized programs, as well as community safety. So in community safety, that's where we have programs, everything from pre-service firefighter to police foundations, private investigation. This is also the department that our degree in criminal justice resides. So lots of programs in that department that really specifically focus on making our communities a safer place for the people who live in those communities. In the human services department, that's where most of those programs that really work directly with other humans reside. That's where our early childhood education programs are. That's where our social service worker, rec and leisure services, educational support. So again, you can see that if you're interested in working directly with people in some of these settings, you'll find a number of those programs under the Human Services Department. And then social service and specialized programs area is the one that Shannon Lipsky leads, and that includes a lot of programs that work with specialized populations. Community integration through cooperative education resides in there, as well as our mental health and substance use programs. I think the other thing that I just want to share with you is that a number of our programs, I'd like to say all of them, but certainly a number of them we offer at both our Doon campus as well as in our Brantford campus. We're very lucky to be in the Brantford community and continue to expand in the Brantford community. So that's very exciting for us. Next. And so what we can promise you as you're making some of your final decisions from our school is that you will be engaged in a lot of really exciting programs. Regardless of which program you specifically choose, we can promise a lot of engaging activities, state-of-the-art learning opportunities. We have program teams, faculty and support staff and technicians who work hand in hand to create really fabulous, engaging, and interesting learning opportunities for our students. All of them come to us with real-world practical experiences in these areas. So they bring not only textbook and theoretical knowledge, but they bring great stories about their own experiences in working within these exciting sectors that you are hoping to work in one day. We also are very careful and conscious of our class sizes. So we try to create class sizes that really speak to the kind of learning that you'll be engaged in and really support relationship building for you as a student with your faculty members as well as each other. And we really believe in that because don't forget, you want to study to work with people. So working with people is about learning how to build relationships, learning how to manage those relationships. So we model a lot of that in the classroom experiences with you. And finally, I think what I can promise you if you come to one of our programs is, that we are very proud of graduating practice-ready individuals. We have a terrific reputation in the community here and beyond. I think our graduates are very well accepted, they're very well prepared, and they're very much welcomed into the workforces that they eventually end up in. The reputation of Conestoga is very high. We take great pride in the work that we do, and we really take great pride in creating the best experiences that we can for you. We're excited to plan a terrific fall semester for you, and we sure hope that you choose one of our programs at Conestoga College. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was great. Shannon, anything you'd like to add before I start about the questions?
No, I think Granka did a great job. I think, the big key is our connection to our community and the wonderful opportunities that are available to students and their readiness and preparedness for when they graduate. So, yeah.
Yeah, very good. So while we're getting some questions and answers, what will the fall look like for the students, ladies? Like, what would the delivery look like for students coming this fall?
Yeah, so, as I said, we're planning, we're working out some of the kinks right now. But I think if you've had a chance to listen to the message that our president has left for each of you as well, and I really encourage you to do that. We are being very thoughtful about the programs. You may have heard from other institutions by now that they've made a decision to go completely online. We're not planning to be completely online. We certainly are, the majority of the programs will be delivered in a remote fashion, but we recognize that the strength of many of our programs really depends on skill development and practical skill development. And so we will begin in a remote way. Don't get me wrong, the majority of your work, your study will be through remote delivery. But for those programs and those courses where you are, where you need specific skill development, we are working to open up our labs and open up some of those shops if we need to. Having said that, we're being very conscious, very cautious about that, because health and safety are paramount to us. So when you are invited to the campus, it will be done in a very organized way, in a very cautious way, where all of your health and safety requirements will be taken care of.
Great. Okay, that's great. Also, what is there programs still available? Like, do you have programs still available that students can apply for the fall?
Yeah, I think I would really invite students, it kind of, I don't want to waste our time kind of itemizing what's open, what's not.
No, but
there are still many programs that are open for the fall semester. Certainly our degree programs, I know, are both open for the fall semester. Our PSI, private security investigation, is open for the fall semester, just to name a few. I think early childhood is as well in, I think in the Brantford community. So please have a look. Don't be discouraged. Have a peek at the website, and we have a really lovely way that we've organized kind of to demonstrate to you what's open, what's not.
Great. Okay. Any success stories that you could share with us?
Yeah, I think, we have a lot of success stories. I think that I'll let Shannon speak to this as well, definitely. But I think the one that I think of immediately is a story about a young woman who came to us a couple of years ago, was really not entirely sure what she wanted to do, didn't feel confident in any way of coming to post-secondary. And she started with us in the pre-career 1-year Human Services Foundation program that's really designed to strengthen your skills. It's designed to strengthen your confidence as well about post-secondary education. Soon after she completed that, through that program, she discovered who she really wanted to be and went on to study in the early childhood education program successfully for 2 years. And then through that early childhood program, she discovered that there's a degree. And because there's a pathway from the early childhood program into the degree, she was able to bridge into that and had 2 more years. And she had a degree, in an honors degree in early learning program development. And when I think of her journey, it's such a lovely journey, because she came to us not feeling confident, not thinking she could. And after a couple of years, she graduated with this honors degree and has a fabulous job in the community, and is a real proud Conestoga graduate.
So those are great pathways that we have at Conestoga.
We're very proud of that. And I know Shannon has some stories as well.
Yeah, there's so many, but I would want to highlight some of the tremendous impact that our graduates have had in the community. Granka highlighted that I oversee a program for students with specialized learning needs, and they get to experience placement opportunities within the community. And some of our most rewarding moments have been when our graduates from the ECE program or educational support or rec and leisure end up supporting some of our students in field placement because they're working in the field and they have the opportunity to then mentor our students when they're out in field placement. So I think those are really rewarding moments because we get to see the students in practice, see them applying the skills, and then they're so invested in continuing to support our students in learning. We have so many awards and recognition for students. So there's a lot of opportunity where we see students excelling while they're in school and making a real contribution to their programs and to the community. I've also had the privilege of supervising some of our degree students on placement. They get to do placements within our department, and they've had a lot of value within to our programs that we look after. And that's so rewarding to get to work alongside them doing a placement within our area. So those are just some of the few.
That's great.
Lisa, if I could just kind of share one other little small story.
And then I have a customer that had a question, but yes, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I just, I'm also reminded of a student, who came to us in a program and really struggled. She successfully completed the first semester of the program, and the second semester of the program, she really, really struggled, had some terrible experiences. And when I often share this story, people often wonder why I would call it a success story. And it's because, while she struggled, she was really supported by her program teams and the college community. And what we discovered through that tension and through some of those stresses that she experienced was that really she had come to a program that wasn't the best fit for her. And what we were able to do for her was through some conversation and through some discovery, what we discovered was that she was a better fit for another program in community services. So you see, she liked working with people. She just chose the wrong size of people. Right. She thought she wanted to work with children, but what she uncovered was that maybe not so much, which was okay, because what we were able to do was to move her into another program that allowed her to work with older and more mature people. And that was a much better fit for her. And why I always think of this as a success story was we didn't give up on her, and she didn't give up on us either. And I think that's one of the great things about our school and our entire college is when students do struggle, we take the time to find out why. And if we can redirect them into a better place, we will do that. We will work with them.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes, lots of students have been able to move from a program to another program. We have program managers that can help students as well if they feel that they're in the wrong program. So as long as there's space, there's not a problem.
Absolutely.
Moving students. And it's a good thing. It's good. It's a great thing. Just a little question here, ladies. Will the early childhood education program be completely online in the fall?
That's a great question. So, again, as I said, we are working through some of those details. I would say that the majority of the program, I think if you're coming to us into the early childhood program in the fall, you should be prepared to study the majority of the program online in a remote way. But there will be some skill development pieces and some portions of the program where you will be invited into the campus for short periods of time. And those are the pieces that we're still working through. And the reason that we would be doing that is because we think, we think that it's the best way to develop that skill, and you need that skill, and it might be a challenge to do it online. So those are some pieces that we're working through.
And you folks have placements and co-op, right? The degree is a co-op?
All of our degrees have co-ops,
right.
Yes.
But I meant like your other programs have placements?
They do have placements, yes.
I know they're not paid, but those those are great
Those
opportunities.
are, yeah, they're field placements, and they're intricately connected to the learning outcomes of the programs. Yeah.
And we do have our early childhood education program on the Dune campus, Kitchener. That is a full service daycare.
A lab school, Lisa. Yeah.
Sorry, lab school. Okay, lab school,
Lab schools. Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah. We have a
And-
lab school. We have a lab school at the Dune campus. We also have a lab school at the Waterloo campus.
Oh, great. Okay, lab school at Waterloo. Do you also have any what it will be like for a student when they arrive? Like, what kind of materials do they need? Do they have to have laptops? Do they have to have certain equipment for any of their programs?
Absolutely. I think, all of the students, as you all are preparing for your fall semester, you recognize that the majority of your programs will be delivered remotely. So yeah, you should have a laptop, you should have devices that support you as a student, as a learner, as you're preparing for this new world that we're navigating. So I do invite you to do that. You'll need books, you'll need to, you'll have resources that you will be required to purchase. And it depends on the program, really, kind of, But what we do is once you make a commitment to come to us, information will be emailed to you, and you'll get information from the college about what kinds of materials you need and how you can best prepare yourself for a successful fall.
Okay, we had a question about the social services worker program. What type of topics are covered in that program?
Social services worker?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a great 2-year diploma program. It really, the focus of that program is, really working with individuals who are struggling, in their lives, and who really need some support. So we deal with one-on-one counseling, supporting, through group counseling, setting up group sessions, learning about how people navigate their lives, learning about some of the elements in our world right now, in our society, that contribute to causing stress to people's lives, and what kinds of supports are available, in this community and beyond, in helping people manage some of those situations that they find themselves in that are very difficult and that make them vulnerable in the moment. So, it's a range of different situations that people find themselves. We also touch upon very significantly and intentionally about, when people make transitions in their lives. So if you're working with different types of populations, whether they're indigenous populations, refugee newcomer populations, people of different stages in their lives, so every time we go through some of these changes and transitions in our lives, it causes some extra stresses and makes us more vulnerable. So the program really focuses on a range of these different elements and how to support people through counseling, through different therapies and interventions, and through the different resources that we have in our communities.
We had another question about placements happening for the fall. What does that look like? Do you know at this time?
Yeah, so that's a terrific question. I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't tell you exactly what it's going to look like. But what I can tell you is that we work very closely with our community partners. And so what we know right now across our whole country, in our own province, in our region, is that many of the community partners that we would be using for placements are also trying to figure out what their September is going to look like. And so we are working in concert with them. We're working collaboratively with them. And what we do know and hope for is that once they are up and running and back into it, that we will be able to continue our great partnership, and as we kind of continue to support the students.
Oh, great.
Placement will look a little different, than it did this time last year. We do know that. It will also depend on which placement and which program. So it might be for a number of our placements, it might be a combination of online work as well as some practical pieces.
Okay, great. Okay.
Were you going to say something for that?
Oh,
I was just going to talk about exactly what you had finished with, Gorenka, the idea that there would be a combination and some of the really valuable virtual preparation that we can do to prepare students for placement when we're able to get back in sites, because it's really important that students have the skills that we identify in placement to be able to do the work. And we can do a really good job at getting at those learning outcomes through some really valuable learning experiences through virtual platforms.
Absolutely. And I think, as Shannon is saying, Lisa, some of these placement preparation, so we can do some case studies and some really terrific simulation pieces, that will be supported through online.
Excuse me. Okay, so we have to wrap up now, ladies, and thank you so much for all of that wonderful information. And we know that there's program videos, individual program videos, folks, available on the website. So you're welcome to view those if there's a specific program that you're interested in from community services. You can book online guided tours, and there's also virtual tours. So that's available for folks as well if they want to check that out for the community services. Any other questions that we weren't able to answer, you can contact the student recruitment team at recruitment@conestoga, CONESTOGAC.on.ca, and there's also a survey to fill out. So thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Gorenka. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you. Lovely to see you all.
Yes, take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.